This video is for entertainment purposes only. None of the information you're about to hear should be considered medical advice, and you should always consult a licensed medical practitioner before embarking on a health or lifestyle change.
What's up, everyone? Hopefully you can hear me all right. This is our second sort of live cook along from the kitchen. My name's Jason. This is just Jason Keto and More. Usually we do a live stream on Thursday nights where we just hang out and have a chat, but every once in a while we're going to do something like this where we set up in the kitchen and see what we can get up to, kind of thing. So let's go through the chat first. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Okay, hear and see. Okay, that's good. See who is here. Paul and Jason were first in the house. We got Ron here. Tiffany's here. Shades of Gray. It's good to see you. Who else we got going here? Lynn is here. Thank you for coming by, Lynn. Definitely appreciate it. Like I say, this is a sort of once in a while thing. Typically, I will just wind up doing these when I'm home alone, because obviously, like, I'm in my kitchen and then our living room is right behind the camera, so it's kind of, I don't want to disturb other people and that kind of thing. So that's why this is a once in a while thing, and I just found out that I was going to be able to do it on Monday, so bear with me. I don't know. Hopefully everything turns out right. We're going to make one main dish, and then we're going to use some chaffles to turn it into a sandwich of sorts. So we shall get to that shortly. Just see who else is here. We've got Kristen in the house. Good to see you, Kristen. Scratch and Pete's here. Good to see you, Pete. I still got to back and watch your premiere from yesterday. I didn't even get a notification about it for some reason. Weird. Who else we got coming in here? I think everyone's just saying hi to each other. Big Family Expedition is here. I guess you guys are probably on the road now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but hopefully that's going well for you. Kevin's here. Good to see Kevin. Lewis Acre Farm is in the house. Good to see you. Kevin's saying hi to everybody here. Chaffle, yep. We're gonna just make some basic chaffles, so nothing exciting on that part, but we will make some chaffles tonight. My service is going in and out. I'm here. Yeah, about 20 minutes before I started the live stream, we had a power interruption. Just went off and on again. So hopefully that storm has passed by now, but we shall see. So if you lose me again, that's what's happened, basically. And Kevin's gifting another membership. Thank you for that, Kevin. Definitely appreciate it. I'll have to go over and see who picked that up. Oh, Ian Jay's got another membership. Let's see. Congrats, Ian Jay's. Just make sure I'm not. Yep. PJ's a member of the Chaffle House now. Yeah, it's been pretty nasty here for heat this week too. So far, I guess we're up in the mid 30s in Celsius right now, so definitely not ideal. But we knew it was coming, so I guess not much we could do about it. Just before we get to what we're doing tonight, just in case anyone missed it last week, we've got these wristbands now. So those will be giveaways. I'm thinking about maybe sending these out to members when they sign up, kind of thing. as a gift. And then I also received something else from Corinne at Corinne's Life this week. That's some of these key tags here. So they've got my channel name on the one side, and then my Keep On Thriving with a little Chaffle dude on the other side here. So you say it's just a fun little key tag. You know, it's a stretchy thing. So that'll be another sort of giveaway thing that we take to Keto Palooza this year. And this will be the kind of thing that I want to start putting up on a store as well. So if people wanted to purchase something like that, then that's the kind of thing. And, you know, things like mugs and stuff like that. Again, this is all from Corinne at Corinne's Life. So definitely appreciate that. So what we're doing tonight, and I'd mentioned this a couple of times before. Not sure. We see Jesse coming in the door. Good to see you, Jesse. What I'm basically making is a meatloaf. So it's a keto meatloaf. There's no breadcrumbs per se in it. And then it's stuffed with cheese and wrapped with bacon. So, you know, everything is good with bacon and cheese, so you might as well add it to meatloaf as well. So let's see where we can get started here. Karen's in the house. Good to see you, Karen. So basically, one thing I'll tell you right up front is that I actually have one cooking in the oven already. So we didn't have to wait around for the meatloaf to cook, because obviously it's going to take some time to cook. And just give that a quick check. It'll be done in a few minutes, so it'll be, you know, done within the time here. So what I'm thinking is what we'll do, if we can get sort of my other view going here. So I've got my trusty meat thermometer here, so we use this to check the meatloaf before we pull it out. And so to sort of save time, what I've done is I made like a large batch of the meat part of the meatloaf. So I basically got what this is just, it's a lean ground beef with, and I added diced white onions to it, and then some Italian seasoning, salt and pepper, and then 2 eggs. So that's what I've got cooking in the oven right now. And then for the cheese portion of it, we're going to use these little round Baby Bell cheeses. I'm sure everyone has seen those before. So they're going to get stuffed in the middle. And then I guess I got to get the bacon out. Because the bacon will be I'm just using some of this Deli Express cheapo bacon kind of thing. The bacon will be the sort of first thing we have to do here. So I'm going to sort of get it out on a plate before we start putting it in the dish, because it's going to go in the dish first. It basically, like I said, it just wraps around the meatloaf, and obviously adds a good bacon flavor to the meatloaf. Now my meatloaf is fairly straightforward. It's not fancy by any means. The one thing with the recipe like this, and this is what I will say every time I do a recipe on this channel, is that it's just a starting point. I want everyone that wants to try something like this to sort of make it their own. You know, everyone's got a different I'm sure everyone's sort of got a different idea of what meatloaf is and what they put in it. And here's just to show you, there's one of what those baby bells look like when they're still wrapped up. So yeah, like I said, this is something you take and you make your own, and you know, do what you want with it. There's lots of you could add jalapenos in there, and you could add different peppers. You could add hot sauce. Traditional meatloaf is usually going to have some sort of ketchup sauce on the top of it. And I would technically probably do that. The problem is I don't have any sugar-free ketchup right now. So all we're going to do here is just lay these strips of bacon out here. I just usually alternate from side to side. You want to leave enough on one end so that you can fold it over the top when you're done. Probably won't need the whole package of bacon. Unfortunately, I don't have two full-size pans to make the meatloaf in. So the one that's in the oven is in the full-size one, and then this is in the smaller one, but it'll still do the same. So now we're going to add some of the bacon to each end as well, so that we can wrap the ends of the meatloaf as well. Yeah, everyone's commenting bacon in the chat there. So yeah, everyone loves bacon, that's for sure. So I wound up using most of that pound of bacon. Your hands a quick wash here. Yeah, everything does taste better with bacon, Ron, that's for sure. And Tiffany's saying she'll take the extra bacon. No. There won't be extra bacon for long, that's for sure. So what we're going to do here, we're going to take our ground beef, and then we're just going to sort of push it into the bottom of our dish here. Obviously, we don't want to sort of overfill the dish, so we're going sort of halfway up with it. And then what we'll do is we'll take these Baby Bell cheeses, make sort of a bit of a well or a trough in the center down here, somewhere to put the cheese. And then we're just going to sort of push them down in there. So I think I got 8 of them in my other pan. This one's a bit smaller, so we're just going to looks like we'll just stick with 6 on this one. So now what we want to do is take some more of our meatloaf here and then just cover up the top of it. Just make sure that cheese is all sealed in there so it doesn't go anywhere. And then we can just start folding the bacon over here. Trying to cut, obviously you're not going to get complete 100% coverage of the meatloaf, but we're really just trying to cover it as much as we can. We fold these pieces on the end over. Same on this end here. Rinse the hands again. So I hope everyone's having a good week. Like I say, I'm sure pretty much everyone is suffering with this sort of heat wave that we're having right now. It seems to be pretty widespread, that's for sure. So that one is ready to go in the oven. So I'm just going to put it on a sheet tray here, so that it, if anything does want to come over the top, it's not going to make a mess in the oven. I've got my oven set at 400 degrees right now. Typically, I've seen recipes that say 375, but I've got it set at 400. for the sake of making sure things are cooked. So we're going to put this one in beside the other one. And then I'm going to get my meat thermometer out here. Just give it a check, see what we're at. Okay, so we're almost at 170 degrees on the meatloaf. Now you want to, typically with beef like this, you want to make sure it's at least 160, 165. So we should be good to pull it out and just let it rest for a little bit. Let's see if I can show you. So that's basically what it looks like there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put this aside and let it rest for a little while so that it's not super hot. The other one's in there cooking. I'm just going to set a timer for that one. So that basically wound up taking about an hour to cook at 400 degrees. So what we'll do, we'll get rid of that. Oh, and so the other thing I added to the meatloaf was a blend of, what I did is I took some pork rinds and I blended them up in my little Ninja blender, just to make like a pork rind crumble out of it, basically. And then I added some Parmesan cheese in there as well, and blended that in just to give it a little bit more flavor. So this hopefully will help the meatloaf turn out the way I'm hoping. So let's get caught up, see who else is here. I see we've got Nora in the house. Good to see you, Nora. I don't want to miss anyone here. Yeah, everything tastes better with bacon. Absolutely. One thing you and Consume the Goodness are teaching me is that healthy does not mean giving up food with it. Yep, that's the whole point of it. There's lots of tasty stuff you can have that is going to be a lot healthier for you. And at the end of the day, really what you're trying to do is just avoid the processed food as much as you can, right? Now, this recipe here, I say try to avoid the processed foods. Well, ground beef, technically speaking, is a processed food. It's not a whole, it's not the way it's been processed. The cheese, highly processed. The pork rinds, processed. The bacon, well, absolutely processed. So, am I avoiding processed foods with this recipe? No, but it's a way to give yourself that food that you like without, going to like a packaged kind of food. Yeah, everyone's commenting with the bacon emoji here. Everything tastes better with bacon. Extra crispy. Yeah, I'm not sure the bacon on this one turned out extra crispy, but that's fine. I'm sure it still tastes good. Brampton Gardener's here. Thank you for coming by. When can I deliver? Maybe the next time I'm out that way, Tiffany, but I'm not sure how it would be by the time it made it there. My plants are happy as can be with some heat. Yeah, our tomato plants are doing pretty good. I'm not sure about my jalapeno plant. Doesn't seem to be doing too good, but it's still alive at least, so there's that. I feel like the recipes you do, I could just swap out and hand it over, and a family would never know. Well, yeah, that's the whole point, really. Is there are ways of making lots of different recipes that people aren't necessarily going to know. Like a lot of people hate pork rinds as well. A lot of people even hate the thought of it. My wife just does not like them at all. So, but for the little amount that I'm putting in meatloaf, no one's really ever going to know it's there, right? So everyone's saying hi. Yeah, pork rinds definitely do a good job of as a replacement for breadcrumbs. A lot of people will use like different types of flours, like almond flour and all that, but that just turns out being too dry, I think. So, Crimson Skies in the house. That's all right. Good. Glad you're here. Tried pre-cooked bacon. I have, Ron. In fact, I think we have. Yeah, we have. If you guys don't know about this stuff, we have and always have this Kirkland pre-cooked bacon in the fridge. It's a great sort of on the go thing if you're just making a sandwich or you want to put some bacon on a burger and you don't want to cook up bacon. It does a great job. Fairly decent ingredients too. That's a Costco thing, so we buy that every time we're at Costco, and it lasts quite a while. Like we cook a lot of actual bacon too, so. But yeah, definitely a go-to thing for us. Yep, fresh chicharrones. They're definitely. I eat a lot of pork rinds because my thing was always chips, Doritos, and Cheetos, and all that. So for me, it was like a salt and the crunch was like the big thing I missed when I went keto. So pork rinds have really filled that in for sure. Watching my mom and aunt diet growing up was watching them cut out everything. Yeah, and that's that has been the sort of the diet mentality for years. It has been restriction, cutting out calories and everything else, which at the end of the day, yes, you can lose weight by restricting calories. There's no arguing that point. It's true, of course, but like Dr. Ken Berry will say, if you ever watch him, one thing he said about calories in, calories out kind of thing is that you can lock someone in a barn for 30 days and only feed them Twinkies. He'll keep them alive and they'll actually lose some weight. But on that 31st day when you let them out, they're running to eat as much as they can, and they're just going to gain back all the weight they lost plus some. So restriction, in theory, works, but it's unfortunately a psychologically, I don't find it works. I find it works better if you replace the foods with healthier foods, and it allows you to eat as much as you need to. Like I eat as many calories or more now to maintain my weight loss than I ever did before I lost the weight. So what we'll do here, we can see that we're just going to make a basic chaffle recipe here. I've got 1 egg over here, and then I've got 2/3 of a cup of like a Tex-Mex blend cheese here. And I just plugged in the Dash Minis to get them going. So what we'll do is get this cheese and egg mixed up here. Hopefully everyone's Having a good time in the chat here. What are we saying? I saw chili lime pork rinds the other day. Yeah, those sound good for sure. And then, of course, someone has to try calling me in the middle of the live stream. Just give me a sec here, guys. Just trying to turn off the volume on my phone, which does not seem to be working here. Okay. So we'll give this a good mix up here. And then we'll split up this mix. And then we'll get those two cooking there. We don't have a Costco. That's a shame. We've got two of them fairly close, which I'm thankful for sure. All Alaska's here. We've got Hyla here. Good to see you. Okay, so we'll let those chaffles cook up. So this is the Italian seasoning that I wound up putting in the meatloaf, and then obviously some Redmond's real salt, and fresh black pepper. Okay. Yeah, so as Nightbot's saying there, if you want to drop a link for your channel, then go ahead and type #Thrive, and that'll drop your channel link for you. One thing I've had trouble with doing these multicam setups like this is I keep getting audio come through my speaker on my phone. Which is kind of annoying. And I had it stopped, but for some reason it's come back again. So hopefully it's not coming through for you guys. So we'll wait for these chaffles to finish cooking. I've got a wire rack here we'll put them on. I want to make sure everything's still going here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So it looks like our chaffles are done. There's one of them decided to stick a bit. That's all right. So there's our one chaffle there. And there's the second one. Get those out and get them cooling. Okay, so yeah, we'll let those cool down. While that's happening, see if we can cut into this meatloaf without it going everywhere. As you can see, some of the cheese actually started coming out at the top there. But that's okay. It's not too hot. Oh, Jeremy D-Day is here. Good to see you, Jeremy. Thank you for coming by. Figure out which knife we're going to cut this with here. Oh, have a good night, Hyla. Thanks for dropping by. Definitely appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to try and cut a piece out of the middle here where there's going to be cheese. Certainly had a lot of moisture come out of the meatloaf. Again, I don't ever profess to be great at doing this kind of stuff. It's just half the time I wind up winging it, and most of the time I wind up making things that turn out. But so we'll try and get that piece out of here, get it onto a plate. Without it going everywhere. Well, it definitely melted the cheese, that's for sure. I don't know if you can see it. See that? We'll put that aside. So that's basically how it looks on the inside. Now the bacon's definitely not crispy, but it is cooked for sure. And the cheese melted nicely. So what we'll do, one thing I need to get out here. So basically what I had sort of planned for this was to make like a meatloaf sandwich. using the chaffles. So we'll put one of those down, and then we'll put our meatloaf on that one and get all this extra bacon here. And then I'm going to add some of this habanero sauce to it, just to give it a bit of a kick. Don't need too much. And then we can top it with our other chaffle. Just get rid of some of this excess sort of juice that came out of the meatloaf. So that's basically it. So there's the meatloaf sandwich with the chaffle bread kind of thing. It's probably going to be really difficult to eat because of its size, but you know, what I'll do is I'll just use a serrated knife here, and we'll see if we can actually cut it in half. Okay, so yeah, you can see the cross section with the cheese in there. Well, that's really tasty. You know, not the best looking thing in the world, but it certainly tastes good. And ultimately, this is the kind of meal you could do this. You could make slices out of it and meal prep with it, put them aside for different meals, kind of thing. I'm going to just get rid of my other camera here, so just bear with me. All right. That's better. You guys may not have heard it, but the echo in here was really bothering me. So, yeah, so that's definitely a good meal. And again, it's just a fun idea. Ultimately, it's not something I do very often, really. You know, I've said before that my diet's fairly boring overall. But obviously, for these kind of live streams where we're doing live cook-alongs, I don't want to do something that's, you know, not interesting to everyone else, right? So that's just one thing I've done before that I thought everyone might be interested in seeing. I definitely didn't come up with the recipe. I've seen it. I did on a few different website kind of thing. So I won't take credit for actually coming up with the recipe or anything. I just wanted to show all you guys another idea. Everyone seemed to enjoy the last one we did with the frittata that we made. So again, I'm hoping to do these kind of live streams sort of once a month kind of thing. That's typically how often that I have the house to myself, is once a month. So hopefully next month I can have a little more notice, so I can let you guys know and come up with, you know, an idea for what we're going to do for the next one. If there's anything else you guys want to see sort of in the next live cook along kind of thing, you can definitely leave a comment on this live stream letting me know what you want to see, and we can definitely give it a go. I'm usually pretty happy to try any different recipe. I have something planned for this Saturday's premiere. I put out a video every Saturday at 7 p.m. Usually it's a chaffle recipe. This week, it'll still involve the Dash Minis, but it's going to be making something else a little different in them. Hopefully it turns out all right. Again, I've said before, most of the times whenever I do videos, recipe videos, like the chaffle videos, unlike a lot of, street or content creators, like a lot of people or channels I know, they spend a lot of time trying to perfect things before they record a video and put it on their channel. That's just not me. I don't like sort of wasting that time and that energy and that, the products to do that. So usually what you see in my videos is me trying something for the first time. 99% of the time things work, and they turn out well, and I have had some that don't turn out very well. So I do have failures too. I don't usually post them. I have done a couple in the past, but that's just the way that I operate with my videos. Is it's an idea comes to mind during the week while I'm working, usually, because a lot of times I'm just working by myself, and, just I've got lots of time to think about what I'm going to do this week. So something comes to mind, I buy something if I need it, and that's what happens that week. Is I just put it together and hope that it works out. That's all we can really do. If I spent all my time trying to perfect anything, then you guys wouldn't be getting the videos that you do now. And that's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm just trying to stay consistent and give you one quality video each week. So, and so far everyone seems to enjoy them. I know a lot of my loyal fans and followers and that, like most of the people that are here tonight, a lot of people, aren't here because they're following a keto lifestyle or a healthy lifestyle or anything. They're just supporters. And obviously I definitely appreciate the support from everyone, whether or not you're following keto or not following keto, don't care about keto, but are looking to support people. That's, I think, what's great about this YouTube community is that there's always people out there that are willing to support what you do, sort of no matter what part of YouTube their channel lands in. That's not to say that the keto community support is great as well. That community is huge and has been a big part of this channel as well. So always appreciative of the support from that side of the community as well. So I think that's probably about it tonight. A bit shorter than usual live streams, but I gotta clean up from this whirlwind that I've put myself through here tonight, and then finish cooking the other meatloaf there. And so, like I say, if anyone has any thoughts, and yes, Paul, I did see your reminder about the Rice Krispie treat waffle. That might be one I have to work on. But, anything's possible. If you can turn it into something that's sugar-free, then I'm willing to give it a try. So it's, like I say, that's why this Saturday I'm going to try something a little bit different. Again, maybe it's not something people are interested in, but we'll give it a go. So that's about it. I won't be doing a live stream tomorrow night, but we'll be back for next Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern for our usual weekly live stream. And then, like I said, the new video will come out on Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. That'll be a premiere as well. So if you got the time, come on by and hang out with that and meet lots of new people and just have some fun. That's what we're here to do. So until next time, keep on thriving, my friends. Good night.